Hi guys, and welcome to this second part of my Dragon Age Origins Let's Play. I am Larpg Gamer and let's get started. So I just won the Provings, I think it's called, and apparently I have to talk with this guy probably about what I won or what's going to happen next. So yeah, let's do that.
Congratulations! Fran Ivo is as fierce a competitor as I've ever seen. You vanquished every warrior of note in today's proving. The ceremonial helm, commissioned by your father for today's winner, is yours.
Oh wow, okay. Ooh, I could actually be really nice. I think I'm going to do that. Send it to friend and Ivo. He fought bravely.
The people will remember your honor and generosity for all time.
Okay, so I guess that's it with the proving. Lesson Noble. I love these titles. Can I actually talk with Goran before we go?
Good showing there, my lady. Your opponents will be licking their wounds all eve.
Okay, so I guess we should leave then.
My lady?
I am ready to leave.
Your wish is our command.
Okay, so are we back with the... Yeah, can I talk to Goran now?
My lady?
Oh, hello. Tell me about your family, Goran.
Not much that you don't already know. My father's father was a great hero of the Deep Roads excursions and raised the family to the top of the warrior caste. He was even nominated to join the assembly and found a noble house, but the honor was in the nomination. He wasn't afforded a single vote. My father served your father for many years, and now I serve you.
Okay. Are you excited about the battle tomorrow?
Yes, I yearn to face the Darkspawn and prove my worth as your second.
Will be spectacular.
May the stones support us, and the ancestors look down with pride.
We should get going.
As you will.
Okay, so that's that for now. Well, those ladies are still looking for their future noble husbands, I guess. Which is perfectly fine. I mean, to each their own, I guess. I think I have to head over here. Yeah, this seems to be my... But before we went in, I just want to check one more thing with Goran.
My lady?
Yeah, I want to ask him this. Must you always be so formal?
You never know who is listening, my lady. It's safer this way.
Okay, that's it. We should get going.
As you will.
So... He's only being formal because of all the other dwarfs, and they cannot find out that we're actually lovers, I guess. It makes sense. But still, it's a shame that they have to hide their relationship. I think Velena would really like to have a formal relationship with Goran. Throne room, okay. So... Or is there still stuff we can do? No, I think we should head to the throne room for now at least. Okay.
Look,
Yeah.
the Grey
My
Wardens
lady,
are here.
my
The raid
red
tomorrow must be more than a standard mission. The Wardens only go where the Darkspawn are the greatest threat.
Okay, but first let's talk to Lord Ronus Dace.
Many thanks for your willingness to hear me out, my lady. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent.
Wow, he has a really nice, low voice. Of course, Lord Dace.
There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week. And a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause.
What cause?
The vote concerns the status of the so-called surface caste. Lost to the stone, air-touched, and so forth. Centuries ago, narrow-minded men declared that any dwarf who left to live on the surface forfeited his caste, and his house if noble. That he was, in essence, no longer a dwarf. I seek only to remedy an injustice, to retie the bonds of anyone who can trace himself to one of the noble houses wherever he may live. Please, agree to speak for this noble cause.
That's actually not a bad cause. What do I get in return? No. Wow, this one is harsh. Dwarves who travel to the surface are no longer dwarves. But there are actually dwarves who seem to think that way, which is really strange. Why so interested in this particular course?
Those on the surface are our lifeline. They facilitate trade with the surface. They're honorable and, well, let's be honest. I don't care a whit for those who have wandered from the stone. My wife, however, is a gem of a different color. She has a cousin, a useless sort, but she's quite fond of him. He joined a speculative venture to the surface, hoping to make his fortune, and went bust.
Okay.
Now he wishes to come home, but he cannot, for he has no house and would be casteless. For my wife's sake, I take up his cause. Will you lend me your voice?
I mean, okay, so his reasons for this cause are selfish, but the cause is still good. I think that surface dwarves should be able to return home if they wish to do so. What do you need me to do?
When your father presents you to the noble houses, I will ask for your opinion on the matter. You have merely to say that you feel our surface brothers should be returned their noble rights.
Okay.
Be more simple.
Sure. I don't think that's a problem. Like I said, the course is just, I think they should be able to return. So I have no problem actually doing that for him. Wait, before we move on, I actually want to check out this part of the... Yeah, what is it? Is this a palace or a castle? I'm not quite sure. Orzammar History, Chapter 2. Quickly loot some stuff. A dagger. These are all the servants and the cook.
Your Highness, what a surprise. I apologize if we are in your way.
Of course not. Everyone is so polite and so formal, and I mean, we are nobles, but I think Velena would not wish them to be so formal. Insufficient skill. I probably should be a rogue to do that. Yeah, I won't be able to open those doors, unfortunately. That's a shame, but you know what you're gonna do. So let's talk to the Grey Warden from the opening.
You're a fool.
Or maybe we should talk with this lady first, who apparently thinks we're a fool.
Your mother would melt the stone if she knew what you just did.
What did I do? Excuse me?
Lord Dace is playing you false. Go ahead, be his puppet. Your first command will be marked by every major house turning their back on you.
Okay. What did I do? I'm listening.
Last spring, a guild from the merchant caste invested heavily in an expedition with a guild from the surface. Lord Dace backed the merchant guild, pouring a great deal of money into the venture. The expedition was a disaster.
Okay. I don't see how this relates to anything.
Lord Dace lost a great deal of money and prestige. The Surface Guild has no way to repay the investment, but it does have several leading members who are descended from noble houses. House Helmi, Bimo, Dukin.
If the surface dwellers return to their noble houses...
You begin to see the whole picture. Your house and mine would be forced to pay the Surfacer's kin debts. It would be a great victory for Lord Dace.
But I mean, standing up for the surfaces is the right thing to do. Yeah, standing up for the surfaces is the right thing to do.
The surface caste gave up their noble ties willingly, generations ago. Will you humiliate your house and your father for them?
But I just don't get why they even have to give up anything just to go to the surface. Why is this such a crime for these dwarves? Do you father for them? Yes, I will, because it's still the right thing to do, so yes.
Do what you will then. It's your honor that hangs in the balance.
I'm sorry if I offended you, but I think they should be able to return. Oh, and you can actually talk with him. So let's see.
You return. Were my instructions unclear?
I've spoken to Lady Helmi.
And what did she have to say?
She said my house would suffer from your plan.
I see. Some preposterous story, I'm sure.
Your plan would have forced my house to pay surface debts.
I suppose it could. I mean, well, it's the spirit of the law that's important, right? Our poor, disenfranchised service brothers. Ah, well played, Your Highness. Welcome to Assembly politics. Now, if you'll excuse me...
But wait, goodbye.
You haven't made a friend here today.
But... Oh, but I didn't mean to. Oh well, that sucks. I just wanted to talk with him about the fact that he... I'm just quickly going to save my game. That's a shame. I still wanted to actually, you know, vouch for the surface dwarves. I just wanted to let him know that I didn't like him tricking me. He could have just asked. Oh well, fine. Let's talk with Duncan.
Greetings, my Lady Idukan. It is an honor to meet you at last.
At last? Have you been waiting for me?
Not as such, but your father never misses a chance to boast of your skill and bravery. He says you may be the most skilled warrior in all of House Idukan.
My father I'm sorry. This is one of those words that is really difficult for me to pronounce. To exaggerate. My father exaggerates. I think she would be quite modest, so... Again, I apologize for my pronunciation sometimes.
Your humility aside, I have no doubt you will be a fighter of great renown. We need more Grey Wardens like you, and quickly. Even as the Darkspawn weaken here in Ozamor, they are stirring on the surface. A blight has begun. Soon the fight must go beyond the deep roads, lest the Darkspawn threaten all the world.
Would she like to join the Grey Wardens? I mean, it is quite an honor to fight beside them, and it is important that a lot of people actually do fight the Darkspawn, otherwise all is lost, basically. But I think I'm going for the second one. I want to know more, so I do not know as much as I should about the Grey Wardens.
You know of our dedication to destroying the Darkspawn, our frontline presence during a blight. What else would you know?
Are there many of my people in the Grey Wardens?
Over the centuries, many dwarves have made names for themselves in our order.
Okay.
These days, however, there are fewer dwarves and thus even fewer dwarven Grey Wardens. A pity, since dwarven warriors have the most experience fighting Darkspawn.
That's a shame. Could I join the Grey Wardens and still stay in Ozamor?
I'm afraid not. Grey Wardens go where they're needed most. Right now, that is on the surface at the ruins of Ostagar, where the human king gathers his armies to face the blight.
What does joining entail?
Being a Grey Warden means abandoning all ties to your old life. It means dedicating yourself to destroying the Darkspawn.
Wow, so that's quite the dedication then. Would she like to join, or does she want to stay? Does she want to stay in Orzammar? I mean, leaving for the Grey Wardens would also mean that she would have to leave her family, she would have to leave Gorham. Apparently there are still many dwarves who feel that she should become the queen of Orzammar, so... I am an Idukan. Orzammar needs me here.
Then it is a good thing that you have other paths before you. Some are not so lucky. I wish you luck in the deep roads tomorrow. Show the Darkspawn the might of your people.
I will. I think, like I said, because of people like Gorm, she would not be able to leave her old life so easily. Even though I think it is important to fight for the Grey Wardens, don't get me wrong. We have a lot of lords here. Oh,
My king, please reconsider. Trade contracts alone could bring great prosperity to our houses.
Will we really turn our back on our brothers and a potential fortune in cheap labor because of a political technicality?
Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. There is more to life than monetary gains, my lords Bimo and Mino. The Assembly of Kal Sharok will respect the rule of Orzammar, or they will rot and die alone, surrounded by enemies.
Yes, my king.
But look, we have company to spare us further wrangling. Atrast Vala, my sweet daughter. How fine you look in your grandmother's armor. I hear you were declared champion of the Provings. I suppose you were never one to sit by when something exciting was going on. Are you ready to be presented to the heads of the noble houses?
of course, father.
So dutiful. Very well, let us begin. Lords, ladies, grant me a moment of your time. We are here today so I may present to you my second eldest child, blessed by the stone and born of the blood that ran in the veins of the Paragon Idukan. Who would pose a question to the prospective commander? Who seeks to know the prospect better? No? Very well then. The ritual is complete. I give you Orzammar's next commander. Tomorrow, our newest commander will lead part of a mission to strike a great blow to the Darkspawn. Not only does this recover access to some of our most important mines, but it also allows our honored guest Duncan, head of Ferelden's Grey Wardens, to strike far into the deep roads.
Thank you, King Endrin. While the Darkspawn seem to withdraw, it is only because they are massing on the surface. This could mean a blight, and my men and I will discover the truth.
We are honored to have you with us, my friend. Now, feast, drink, and celebrate, for the morning brings battle! As
Yes.
for you, my new commander, find your brother Trian and send him to me. He may be watching the Provings, or getting some rest in his rooms.
Of course, father.
Walk well, commander.
Oh man, do I really have to get Trian? I mean, last time we spoke with him, he wasn't being very kind to us. But in a way, I understand him a little bit better, because apparently, even though he is the eldest, that doesn't necessarily mean that he will become king. There is still a chance that I will become king, as I understand it at least. So, can I now go in my father's room? No, I can't. So, I guess he feels threatened by me. And that's the reason why he... Just quickly check if Balin is back in his room. There is a... Was it just there? Well, probably... Yeah, insufficient skill. I thought so. So yeah, I guess Trian feels threatened by me. Royal Guard. Oh wait, can I actually go? No, let's just go here. And Balin is here as well.
So you're a commander now, in name at least. Shouldn't you be attending our king father?
Oh, wow, he really doesn't like being nice to me. um, Father wants to see you, Trian.
Of course he does. We must discuss strategy before tomorrow's battle. Balin, stay here and stroke the new commander's conceit if you like. But then get to bed.
All day I've put up with that. He can really grate on the nerves.
Yes, he can. I mean, what is this for kind of argument? Just because he is the eldest doesn't mean he gets the right to be mean to us. That's ridiculous. So yeah, I agree with Balin.
And what I'm going to tell you next won't make you any more fond of him.
Oh, what did he do? You sound serious, Balin.
Unfortunately, I am. Trian has begun to move against you. I never thought his much proclaimed honor would allow him to actually act on his jealousy. Big sister, Trian is going to try to kill you.
Wait, what? How do you know?
I overheard him giving orders to some of his men, and I was shocked. Then it began to make sense. Trian's decided you're a threat to his taking the throne. Maybe he's right.
So, the answer to that is simply by killing me? Seriously? How am I a threat to Trian?
He fears what you are becoming, in the eyes of the people and the Assembly. Trian's the named prince, but only the Assembly can proclaim a king.
Yeah, it's like I said.
For the Assembly to ignore the king's choice, but it does happen.
The founder of House Bimo became a paragon and king in one move from the Assembly, and he was a commoner.
Oh.
That was an extraordinary case, but at least a half-dozen times the Assembly named a lesser family member, or even someone from another house, as king. Twice, it was a woman.
So, Trian thinks the Assembly would prefer me.
Look at it from his perspective. You're more personable than he's ever been. You
Well,
entered
that's
the
true.
provings held in your own honor just for glory and to please the crowds. If you win glory against the Darkspawn tomorrow, it will only strengthen the case for you as the next heir. Trian fears father will replace him on the spot. If not, the Assembly will surely turn against him when father dies. You know his pride will never allow him to step aside.
What should I do?
You're the elder. I'll follow your lead as always.
Gorham, what do you say?
Permission to speak freely?
Of course, my friend.
Trian would make a terrible king, but no one wants to say it. He has just enough backing in the Assembly to make it ugly when your father dies, but not enough to become king. Killing him now makes your house stronger and saves a great deal of bloodshed later.
Wow, so Gorham actually wants me to kill him as well. But, I mean, he is an ass, definitely. And I don't think, based on what I've seen from him so far, that he would be a good king. But that's just not enough of a reason to immediately kill him. Especially because I'm not even hearing this from Trian himself, but I'm hearing this all from Balin. So, no, I will not fight a brother.
You're my elder. I'll respect any decision you make, but please be careful. I don't want to lose my dearest sister.
I understand. I am glad for your concern, Balin. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm taking your place as father's second, so I'll be at hand tomorrow. For now, try to get some sleep.
May the
I will.
Paragon smile down on you.
Man. I'm curious if Trian will actually try to kill me. And if I will have the option to... Like I said, I do not want to kill Trian. If I can
Trian
prevent...
and his men will clear the way for the Grey Wardens to descend into the easternmost caverns. Those caverns are still infested by the worst of the Darkspawn. We cannot risk our own troops in there.
Understood, Lord Haramond. We should be able to sense the Darkspawn and avoid them once the way is open.
May the paragons favor you, and the stone catch you if you fall.
Come men! Glory awaits!
Balin, you and your men will second the king, clearing the main road.
Don't you think it looks a little cowardly to allow these humans to take our place where the fighting is thickest?
Are you questioning the battle plan?
Of course not. I'm sure your caution is for the glory of us all.
Enough, Balin. Take your men and make ready. Paramount and I need to have words with your sibling.
Good luck, my sister.
Your father has a special mission for you.
Okay.
The eastern deep roads. There is a secret door carved into the stone.
The door leads to a thaig, abandoned long ago by your ancestors. The Darkspawn have made it impossible to reach.
My father believed that the shield of the paragon Idukan remains in that thaig, under the stones of the central room. Reclaim the shield, and glory will be yours.
What else is in the thaig?
My father's writings speak only of the shield. There may be countless other treasures, but only the shield matters.
We've sent 2 scouts ahead to make sure the tunnels are cleared. But be careful. One of the scouts will meet you at the first crossroads you come to. The second will be further in. When you get to the door, use your signet ring to open it. Questions?
Where do we go from there?
The crossroads where you meet the first scout will be the rendezvous point. There you can present the shield to the lords and demonstrate the strength of Idukan.
May the ancestors watch over you, my child.
Okay, so we are going to look for a shield, apparently. Do I still... Oh, I still have the Noble's dagger. But like I said, I'm not using daggers, so that's a shame. Is there something... No, that we have a lot of new items. So, is this where we go in? I guess so. Ooh, look, a spider web. I should probably... Oh!
It shall be done.
Okay, that went quite nicely. So I have to watch out for spiders, I guess. Oh, let me quickly save the game before moving on. Trap triggered. What trap? Oh.
I shall do it. It is begun. Quickly, we must find.
Okay, so we just encountered our first dog spawn. Where? Oh, a corpse.
I shall do it.
Leather boots. Do I already wear? Oh, I'm already wearing boots, so... No, the armor that I'm wearing is actually better, so... Let's see what else is here. Wow, there's... Oh, look!
You made it, Commander. Did you run afoul of any Darkspawn?
A few. They weren't organized.
Still, that was more than we expected. Once I finished scouting the tunnels, I hid here to avoid the Darkspawn. Most tunnels are dead ends. The one we want is swarming with those fiends. It's going to be a fight.
Oh yeah, I think I recognize him as well. Weren't you at the proving yesterday?
I was, indeed. Your gift of the helm was amazingly generous. I will treasure it always.
Oh, of
May
course.
today's battles bring us even more glory. I'll take rear guard. Shall we move?
Sure. Yeah, so he was actually the dwarf that I fought, and I gave him the helm apparently. So that's nice. But I think for now I'm going to actually save the game one more time, RuneTide, just save it over this one, because otherwise these parts will be way too long. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this second part, And in the next part we'll probably find this shield, or at least I hope we will find the shield. And see you guys then. Bye!